Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's episode and all the physical releases coming to the Switch the 13th of May until the 17th. Let's look at what we've got. Biomutant is releasing this week. This came out ages ago on other consoles, much to critical mediocrity, which is a shame because the game looks fairly badass. I don't know where it went wrong, but the trailer is making me want to give it a go. I do have a code to actually play it, so maybe you can see my impressions on Physical Paradise later this week. The PR paints this as an open-world, post-apocalyptic, kung fu fable RPG. Come on, you can't mess that up. All the negative reviews are just making me want to try even more. Maybe I'm like sadistic or something. I don't know, but our executive producers, they, and Instacritic, they're with me. It's their pick of the week. And if you want this or any of the other retail releases in this episode, then please consider using the links in the description and the pinned comments. You can purchase from Video Games Plus, a fantastic way to support me because they have good prices in cheap Canadian money. They have cheap shipping, especially to the US, and even free worldwide shipping if you purchase anything over 80 Canadian dollars. Plus, if you purchase something via our link, then each week you will be in with the chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Jonathan B. Congratulations, Jonathan. You should get an email from VGP with your discount coupon like now or something. Have a look. Check your emails. Neptunia GameMaker Revolution is another game in the Neptunia series that truly makes me feel like an old man. I'm 33 and this is making me feel it. The name alone makes me want to put on my slippers and grab some Ovaltine. Despite the name, this does not appear to be a game making tool, it's just like the theme of the actual RPG. You drive around dungeons on a ropey looking motorbike and get into your standard over the top anime JRPG battles. When some people go to heaven, this is what they'll see. For other people, it will be hell. But I should be giving this a go for Physical Paradise, if I somehow get the time to play it for a couple of hours and sample it, give you my impressions. It looks cute and funky, and our executive producer, Issa and Josh Foote, has chosen this as their pick of the week. Morbid, the Lords of Ire is the sequel to Morbid the Seven Acolytes, which is a bit of a hidden gem on the system if you're into that style of action gameplay. Well, now they've added a new dimension. It's now a proper third-person action game. Looks pretty decent from the trailer, trying to copy the Souls-like mold with different playstyles with the weapons and stuff. Big, gruesome monsters that hit hard. You have to fight through 5 different landscapes to take on the titular Lords of Ire. I mean, if you're trying to murder the Lords of Ire with your anger, then you're just as bad as them. Like, who is the bad guy here? I don't know. This should be releasing in North America this week, whereas Europe, maybe you'll have to wait until the week after. Horse Club Adventures 1 and 2 Lakeside Collection. Oh my god, don't think guys, we've got another horse physical game. We've got another horse game physical. I swear I'm going to make a video on them one day. And not just one game, but 2. An amazing double pack. Of course, being the Switch physical guru that I am, I can't remember off the top of my head if these 2 games got individual physical releases. I'm pretty sure they did, but just check. Maybe you've got them in your collection already. Slave Zero X also should be finally getting its Western release this week. I mentioned this before, but yeah, it keeps getting delayed. As awesome as this game looks, sadly, the performance is not good on the Switch. You might be better off getting a different version. And a quick mention to My Little Pony, a Zephyr Heights mystery, which I mentioned last week, but it seems it got pushed back to this week. I heard the ponies were being drama queens and wouldn't come out of their dressing room until their demands were met. They needed more rainbows and sparkles alongside their cocaine. Alright, The Low Prince, Wargroove 1 and 2 is finally opening up for pre-order at Super Rare Games, what with the imminent threat of the much cheaper Japanese version coming later this month. Of course, this is the one that will hold its value more due to scarcity of 4,000 copies, but at least they're doing their best to keep prices down by having less attractive box art. Hey, I didn't know the trash monster from Sesame Street had a girlfriend. Joking aside, this is going to be a great package no matter which version you get. The original Wargroove did get its own physical release, but the second game did not, so it's a bit of a weird one. Like, if you already have the original, you may be a bit perplexed at having to buy it again just to get the second. As I said, 4,000 copies available on Thursday, or if you want the Japanese version, which is cheaper, more available, has better box art in my opinion, and more than likely comes with the soundtrack CD as a pre-order bonus, at least that's what their website says. Hopefully PlayAsia do get that. Then check the links below. You can also use the discount code for bigger savings, 5% off with Jordan 24. And our executive producers, God of Resin, Dane Wilkinson, Precision Plague, and Parsnip Coffee have chosen the super rare version as their pick of the week. Lara Croft Collection is one of Limited Run's games this week. It's a Lara Croft collection, but probably not the one most of you were hoping for. Yeah, do not be fooled. This is not a collection of the remastered trilogy. This is two different games, two spin-offs that appeared in like the first HD era of gaming like PS3. These are like top-down isometric puzzle games that were designed with co-op in mind. I think I played the first one back in the day with my mate and I did enjoy it, but I heard they took out online multiplayer for these Switch versions. Yeah, I know people will be frustrated about them giving us the Tomb Raider we don't really want, but I do think that these are nice and I'm glad they're getting a physical release. Shame it's limited run. And yes, don't worry, the remastered trilogy will be coming. It will be announced later this month. Limited Run have threatened it. They just want to sell the one fewer people want first, or maybe they get confused which Lara Croft this is. You never know. And our executive producers, Robotech, Punky Dooster, Alex M, Cartoon Soren, Brent McLean, and Thorn Metal Luna have chosen this as their pick of the week. I hope they all know it's not the remastered ones, but yes, BackBeat. Word is on the street that Limited Run are putting up pre-orders for this title, which also just got announced for a European retail release. I literally mentioned it a couple of days ago on a Physical Paradise. I have literally no idea what this game is about. It might be one of the worst trailers of all time in explaining what the hell you're supposed to be doing. I give up. I don't know. You can pre-order later this week. Bat Boy is Limited Run's third game this week. Sadly, it's not Batman's illegitimate son, but this is what you get when you mix a North American sport with a pixel platformer. A lot of comparisons towards Shovel Knight with the visual style and Mega Man X games in terms of actual gameplay. I have to say, it looks pretty decent as you repel enemy projectiles with your baseball bat. I'm mostly tired of like these kind of games, but I would definitely give this one a go if given the chance. You can pre-order it later this week. Alright, the import section. As always, you can get 5% off with the code Jordan24, but of course, please use the link first. Not that there's too much this week, okay? The only big one, well, it's not even big. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. This is getting released in Japan. Of course, it's an old game, but this is a best price version. Like, it's like a cheaper, you know what I mean, right? And I am wondering if this cartridge has a more updated version of the game. I don't know, because the game has had a ton of patches and so much added content. I mean, I'm not like 100% sure if it will. In fact, you know, they could be cheap and not do it at all. It could be the base game still. But I am hopeful, and I have purchased this. I have ordered it myself from PlayAsia. I'm giving it a punt, and I'll find out in a few weeks when it arrives. Either way, it won't be completely on cart for sure, because they still haven't finished some of the planned content, but I'm hopeful it might be much better than the base release. We will have to see, and I'll try and let you know if I remember. Asia and Japan are also getting these two titles, one of which we have already, the other does not have English. And that's it. Let's jump into the community spotlight. Andrew R sent in this photo, picking up a nice bunch of games, including Kabuto Battle Burst. Why is it Kabuto? That's a Pokemon, right? Anyway, I recently picked this up from PlayAsia myself, since it was like $12, something like that? I can't say no to $12. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo, showing off the anime cover version of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, which is probably the best thing about the game. Chocoloco James sent in this Chinese version of Assault Suit Lenos 2, which also does not have English, but again, it's probably not that important if you just want to play the game and you don't care about the story. Executive producer God of Resin sent in this photo, picking up some nice RPGs like Dragon Quest Monsters, which the more I play it, the more I like it. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo, including that top right farming game. I can't remember the proper name off the top of my head, but that did get an English update to download, or at least it was supposed to, but since I don't know anyone who has it, I don't know if it's actually happened yet. Cresta sent in this photo of Genius Girl, which I've seen a decent amount of hype for. Looks like a simple, decent time. Executive producer Parsnip Coffee sent in this photo of Sword and Fairy Into the Collector's Edition, which is the only edition that's still in stock and it's discounted at the minute. Shane L sent in this photo of Silent Hope, which silently came and went. I can't even remember seeing any reviews pop up for this, which is a shame because they look nice. Executive producer My Man in Japan sent in this photo with Gift, the import exclusive from last week, which I wanted to play, but the code that they promised me, they never actually sent it. Yum Yum Game sent in this photo with a lot of RPG goodness, the most recent of which is Sea of Stars, released last week. Gonna be seeing this one a lot in the next few weeks, I think. Alright, let's have a roundup. Robin H. Pabs. Kevin W. McLaren. Crit Cat. Starvey. Ashura G. Morality. Mickey McFlynn. Alright, you can send me pictures on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame if you can DM me, okay? You can send it in our email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and of course the Discord, submit it in the submissions section. Only send me one picture per week. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this quite short Let's Get Physical series, but again, I've been working this weekend. If you watched all the way through, please leave me a horse emoji in honor of the Horse Club Adventures, which I think we all know is the most exciting game this week. And of course, as always, thank you to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J-Cross7776, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Issa, Mental Traveler, Offphone, Jennifer M, Instacritic, Precision Plague, Kadacha, Totally Grateful, Alex M, Feig, and Josh Foots. I hope you all have a fantastic day.